Hello there and Happy New Year's Eve. Today's column is inspired by the 1962 sketch comedy short film called Dinner for One. I won't embarrass myself by trying to say that in German, but it has a German name as well. It's must-watch New Year's Eve TV in many countries, including Germany, where it was produced, but not in England, where it was first written for the stage. The 18-minute video features nonagenarian British aristocrat Miss Sophie celebrating her birthday dinner. The action happens in a formal dining room where her butler James serves Miss Sophie a four-course meal. Before each course, through James, each of four long-dead male dinner companions toasts Miss Sophie. James gets blotto in the good English tradition. Miss Sophie maintains her decorum throughout, and as she retires up the stairs after the pudding course, seems prepared to engage James in a boozy birthday bonk, if he's still able. The humor is straight-up British slapstick. Each time James traverses the floor, he trips on the head of the tiger that sacrificed itself for Miss Sophie's rug. James speaks first clearly, then garbled, in the different accents of the four remembered guests, including a German accent, and his progressively drunken gait produces several headlong rushes across the room, about which Miss Sophie is apparently oblivious. What's funnier than the comedy, though, is the cult following the film has in Germany. Wikipedia says that over half the German population watch it annually. It's also aired annually in Austria, Switzerland, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Norway, South Africa, and Australia. And yet, in Britain and North America, it's largely unknown. I encourage you to watch it for yourself from the YouTube video you'll find linked to my written blog at celiachandler.com. And now I'm going to share with you a holiday dinner I made recently involving mushroom shepherd's pie. While Miss Sophie eats courses of mulligatawny soup with dry sherry, North Sea haddock with white wine, chicken with champagne, and pudding with port, my meals often feature vegetables for the betterment of the planet and my health. Although I regularly eat alone and can well imagine a time when, like Sophie, I will dine with the memories of friends in the absence of any alive, last week I served dinner to a friend to celebrate the holidays. We began with an international grazing platter: Polish-style pickled herring, stuffed eggplants from the Middle Eastern aisle of the grocery store, nduja from an Italian deli with crackers, spicy Italian pepperoni and Polish kielbasa, and pickles and olives paired with Prosecco. I followed that with a Moroccan tomato peanut soup, a favorite of mine, during which I opened a bottle of Australian Shiraz. The recipe is from Toronto's Trinity Square Cafe, next to the Eaton Centre, for those who want to check it out. And I've linked the recipe to my written blog. The main course was mushroom shepherd's pie with Pinot Noir infused mushroom gravy paired with a green salad. You can make this yourself from the Vegetarian Times website, which again I've linked to the written blog. We closed the meal off with mandarin oranges and śliwka, Polish chocolate-covered plums. Throughout, we wore the very British paper hats from the Christmas crackers. Prep time for this meal? While I can pull off a good quality dinner for myself in less than 30 minutes, a multi-course meal for company requires the luxury of time. For this one, I puttered in the kitchen for about 4 glorious hours, making each course taste good and plating it in an appetizing way. Cost of the meal? Unknown. Much of it was spread over the year as I'd purchased elements like the nduja for an occasion worthy of such treats. And finally, in my series, I'd like to talk about what I'm reading. And in this case, I've dived headlong into reading about the show itself, Dinner for One. The success of Dinner for One fascinates me, and I've done a bit of Googling about it. And as with everything now, the primary source for the quick and dirty is Wikipedia. I've linked that entry to the written blog. However, that led me to other sources, including an interesting piece from a Philadelphia journal called Findy, which you can read, again, linked to my blog, called Dinner for One, the greatest cult film you've never heard of. I put the most famous line from Dinner for One, same procedure as last year, Miss Sophie, into Facebook's search engine and generated hits from pages like German is Weird, contemplating why the best known English expression is the least known in England. A Norwegian who posted Christmas Eve photos of her Dinner for One inspired dinner party, and a Swede's photo of his Christmas baking with the famous line as its only comment. There's an Instagram account named same procedure as last year. Even LinkedIn, the bastion of professionalism, generates a number of hits with this when you search this expression. Yet I didn't know it, and I bet you don't either. If you've got any dinners or weird expressions that you would like to share, please do so in the comments at celiachandler.com. And if you've missed any of the earlier installments of I Eat, I Read, I Watch, please go to my website and you can read them there. Thanks very much and have a very happy new year.